I had the great fortune of being his bass player on the Delta Queen for a number of years, which means that for 2-week stretches, I would play 2 sets a day with him. Now, when I was 9 years old, the Beatles came on the Ed Sullivan Show, and I was electrified. When I was 15 years old, I saw the Modern Jazz Quartet on television, and I was electrified. So I started with the Beatles in rock and roll, then I went to modern jazz. I got a degree in modern jazz, and I've been going backwards ever since. Thanks to Connie Jones. Now, so I was on the boat with Connie, and I was interested in playing the older jazz styles and didn't quite know where to begin. I'd had a few gigs here in New Orleans and kind of was starting to get it, had a couple of good tips given to me. I've had a lot of great teachers in my life. In college and high school, I've had the good fortune of having great teachers of music to help me along. Connie's the only one who, there was no narrative. It was just the way he played that taught me, a bass player, what I needed to do on the bass. And it's a remarkable thing. I learned just by the way he played what I had to do on the bass to be the right kind of bass player for that kind of a gig. So thanks. Good teaching. The only other thing I would say is that if you're an athlete on a team, there's 4 things that you have to do. You have to do calisthenics, push-ups. That's, in music, that's you in a practice room with your horn, doing your scales, doing your long tones if you're a horn player, doing all the things that make you technically proficient on the horn. The next thing you have to do is you have to, well, some coaches watch previous games and analyze what happened in that game. You have to have a coach, and you have to have someone to pull it all together for you. The next thing, if you're on a sports team, is you have to have a scrimmage with your own team. That's, in music, we call that a rehearsal. And then, once all that stuff's done, you get to play in the game, and that's what we call a gig or a concert or an event, whatever you want to call that. So, and you have to do all those things. You have to do all those things. So that's it. That's what I got to say. Thanks.